In 2024, Apple is set to release the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro lineup with an arguably more interesting feature set than we got with the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro. 5 key upgrades coming to iPhone 16. One of the most anticipated upgrades is the addition of the capture button. All 4 iPhone 16 models are set to get a whole new button which will be located on the right side of the device below the power button. In the United States, this is where the mmWave, the 5G antenna is, so Apple will be shifting that over to the other side. This addition, which Apple calls the capture button, will be used to take photos and videos when the iPhone is in a landscape orientation. It aims specifically at capturing 3D landscape video that will then be viewed on the Apple Vision Pro. Still, it will also be useful for taking regular videos and photos as well. The button will be a standard mechanical button like the power and volume buttons, but it will support multiple pressure levels. You'll be able to press down lightly to focus, then press down further to snap a picture or start recording. The feel will be similar to a multifunction camera shutter button. As a bonus, the standard iPhone 16 models will also get the action button that was introduced with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, so both the action button and capture button will be available across the entire lineup. Finally, a bigger display after a long time. Apple has been using 6.1 and 6.7-inch display sizes for all iPhone generations since the 2020 iPhone 12 models, but display sizes are finally set to increase slightly in 2024. The iPhone 16 Pro display is expected to be approximately 6.3 inches, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max display will be approximately 6.9 inches. Screen sizes are bigger because the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max will be about 3 mm taller and around 1 mm wider. Thickness isn't increasing, but the weight will go up just a bit because of the size jump. Unfortunately, the size change will be limited to the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max this year, and the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus will still measure in its 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches, respectively. Camera upgrades. Apple has camera changes in store for all of the iPhone 16 models. For the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus, there will be a new vertical lens arrangement that does away with the diagonal arrangement Apple has used for the last several years. The change is expected to let the iPhone 16 models capture spatial video, a feature limited to the 15 Pro and Pro Max right now. The biggest update will be limited to the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, though. Apple is upgrading the ultra-wide camera to 48 megapixels, bringing improved images in lower lighting conditions. The lens is expected to work like the 48-megapixel wide camera, which uses pixel binning to combine the data from 4 pixels into 1 super pixel for better image quality. Since spatial video recording uses both wide and ultra-wide cameras, spatial videos will get a boost with the new Pro models. Apple is also going to bring the 5x telephoto lens to the iPhone 16 Pro this year, and that's presumably possible because of those size as mentioned earlier increases. 5x optical zoom is available on the 15 Pro Max right now, but both Pro models will get it in 2024. Faster 5G. With the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, Apple plans to adopt Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon X75 modem chip. Modem chips aren't often a major feature that we highlight, especially since the transition to 5G, but the X75 will be faster while also using less power. It offers 10 carrier aggregation for mmWave and 5x carrier aggregation for sub-6 GHz. Carrier aggregation improves data speeds, so a higher number equates to lower latency and more data throughput. The modem chip has a second-generation AI processor inside that Qualcomm says will improve speeds, coverage, link robustness, and location accuracy. You might see fewer connection issues in parking garages, elevators, and subways. The X75 merges the sub-6 GHz and mmWave transceivers, so there's 25% less circuit board space used and less power draw. So far, rumors suggest that the X75 will be limited to the Pro models in 2024, with the standard models continuing to use the X70 in the current iPhone 15 lineup. Along with better 5G, Apple could also bring Wi-Fi 7 to the iPhone 16 Pro models. Wi-Fi 7 supports speeds up to 40 gigabits per second and could result in lower latency and more reliable connectivity. As for the iPhone 16, we're expecting to see an upgrade to Wi-Fi 6E, allowing them to connect to 6 GHz networks. The 15 Pro models support Wi-Fi 6E, but the standard iPhone 15 models are limited to Wi-Fi 6. Generative AI. Apple is focusing on AI in a big way in 2024 as it aims to catch up with Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, and other companies that have invested heavily in generative AI. AI is software-based, of course, but hardware is needed to support it. With iOS 18, Apple is rumored to be making some major AI-based improvements and introducing AI across the operating system. And some of the most advanced features might be limited to the iPhone 16 lineup because of the processing power required. All 4 iPhone 16 models are expected to get an A18 chip, perhaps A18 Pro for the Pro lineup, and the A18 chips will be built on Apple's 3nm process for improved performance and efficiency. Right now, the iPhone 15 Pro models use the 3nm A17 Pro, but the iPhone 15 models are using prior generation A16 chip technology. Upgrading to a 3nm chip across the iPhone 16 lineup will allow Apple to bring the latest AI features to even its most affordable flagship models, and the A18 is expected to include a faster neural engine with significantly more cores. Rumors suggest that Apple wants to do AI processing on-device to preserve privacy, and some serious performance is needed to make that possible. These are the 5 key upgrades expected in the upcoming iPhone 16 lineup. If you have any thoughts or predictions, feel free to share them in the comments below. More things remain similar. There are still plenty of upgrades with the new hardware to power it better and brighter displays, along with the new battery thermal technology. This should really enhance the experience and work well with the new features now. Of course, because of all the similarities to its predecessor, is probably not going to make anyone with an iPhone 15 rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, it's going to be a great choice. That is it. Subscribe for more updates, and I see you in the next one. Peace out.